Shalom and welcome for this week, which we are beginning a new chapter. We're in Yehuchanan, John chapter 10, and we will do verses 1 to 5. So let us now begin with this new chapter. And as usual, you will see I again put Nakud valve markings for anyone who's new and for the resources that are very helpful in us getting a further understanding of the words. So let us begin. And of course, the Aleph represents 1 verse 1. And then we have an Aleph, a Mem, a Nun Sofit, an Aleph, a Mem, a Nun Sofit, an Aleph, a Nun, a Yod, an Aleph, a Mem, a Resh Lamed, Kaf, Mem Sofit, Aleph, Yod, Shin, Aleph, Shin, Resh, Lamed, Aleph, Yod, Vet, Vav, Aleph, Dalet, Resh, and Kaf Sofit. And just looking at some of the vowels, if anyone's new, that vowel is like a sound that's more an E or EY sound. An A, EY, Aleph, I sound, O sound, E sound, A, U, E, I, A, E, and this is an O sound, this is A, O, E, E, and that's it. So I'm not going to repeat them. You just look at the valve markings, and now let us begin. Amen. Amen. It can be amen or it's a longer E sound. Amen. So that's why often the Jews will say amen. It's a longer E sound. Ani, I. So of course amen can mean truly, truly. I. Omer, say or am saying. La kem. La kem, to you, and the kem is plural. Ish, meaning a man. Asher, that. Lo, not. Yavo, shall come. Derech, or direct, the way. So therefore, truly, truly I say to you, he who does not enter the way of, and down here I've got direct, which is a feminine noun for path, way, or manner, or direction, or by way of, or road. And interesting, darak, which is a kal verb, means to step on, to walk on, to trample. So we can see the connections between the verb and the noun. Right, now let us read that. And it is, Amen, Amen, Ani, Omer, Lakem, Ish, Asher, Lo, Yavo, Derek. Right. And part B, we got a He, Shin, Ayin, Resh, Aleph, Lamed, Mem, Kaf, Lamed, Aleph, He, Zade, Aleph, Nun Sofit, Kaf, Yod, Aleph, Mem Sofit, Yod, Ayin, Lamed, He, Bayet, Dalet, Resh, and Kaf Sofit. Remembering that where we see it in white, it means it's silent. So in this case, there's a vowel above it, which is said after that, and it's combined with all that, but this one's silent. Just so that we remember that. Ha-sha'ar, ha-sha'ar. Sha'ar meaning gate, I mean the gate. The way of the gate, according to the previous, right? L to Mikala, Mikala, Mikala. So let's have a look. Kala, which is your root word verb. It means to confine, to incarcerate, to imprison. So then we understand it means it's the lockup. right? The gate to the lockup. So you're saying he's, who doesn't choose the way. To the lockup, Hatson, which is the sheep of the sheep, ki im. And ki im can mean for, if, or it can mean but. Ya'ale shall get into or shall go up. But in the context, to get into is a good way of translating it. Direct. In, that's the bet. Direct is the way. In the way. Right. So, through the gate, into the fold of the sheep, but climbs in a way. So therefore, Ya'ale is like to go up, meaning to climb, right? To go up a different way, right? That helps, because Allah is a kal verb to ascend, to go up, to get into, and that helps us. So it's just understanding the words and how they can be used. Now let's see how we go. Ha sha'ar el mikla hatson ki im ya'ale bederek. And now we're in C, which is on the left, a chet, a resh, a gimel, a nun, a veit, hey, vav, aleph, vav, fe, resh, yod, zade, sofit. So we read it. A cher, which can mean another. Another, meaning away, another. Ganav, a thief. Who, he. Ufaritz, and a robber. So, in a way, different, that's how it's translated, different, another. That one is a thief and a robber. Let's just have a look here. Acher is an adjective for other, another, different. As a preposition, it can mean after, would, or later. So we just got to know what context it is. And paritz is a masculine noun. In the biblical sense, it means robber, villain. In Jewish history, this is interesting, they use the same word for a Polish landowner. Just so you can see how they relate it in context to their life. Now, let us read that. Acher ganav hu ufaritz. Right. And now we're in 2a. And of course it's represented by veit, which has a value of 2. Then we have a vav, aleph, shin, resh, yod, veit, vav, aleph, dalet, resh, kaf, sofit, hey, shin, ayin, resh, hey, vav, aleph, resh, ayin, hey, zade, aleph, nun, sofit. So we need to learn to be doing it fairly quickly so that we can easily work out the letters as we go along. Va, a, share. And this, a share can mean that or it can mean whom, depending if it's a person. Yavo shall come. Yavo shall come. Direct, the way. Hasha'ar, the gate, of the gate. Who, he is. Ro'eh, it means shepherd. It means the shepherd. Hatson, of the sheep. So the one who enters through the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. And you could say it's like the gate is locked. So only the shepherd has the key. So if you think like that, then he enters through the gate, whereas the thief or robber climbs over, just as in a house or so, right? And we have here ra'ah, which is a similar word to this, all right, but it's a different form, ra'ah. It's a kal verb, and it means to herd, to graze, or to guide. So we can see the relationship between shepherd and herding. All right, now let's read that. And it is va'asher yavo derek ha-sha'ar hu ro'eh hat-son. All right. And now we're in 3, and it's represented by Gimel, which is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. And then we have Lamed, Vav, Yod, Fe, Tav, Chet, Shin. And we notice this is a Shin because the arrow tells us that dot should be a little bit further over. So it's not part of the Shin. Mem, Resh, He, Pei because of the dot. Tav, Chet, Vav, He, Zadeh, Aleph, Nun, Sofit, Aleph, Tav, Kuf, Lamed, Vav, Tav, Shin, Mem, Ayin, Nun, He. Now let's read that. Lo, which instead of lo meaning not, because it hasn't got an Aleph there, it means to him, literally. Yiftach. Well, what does fatach mean? It means to open. So yiftach means shall open. Shomer, the guarding, or the guarding one, the one guarding. The one guarding, right? Because shomer, we know that shamar means to guard, to keep. So therefore, shomer is more like the one guarding. Ha petach, meaning the opening. Again, petach is the opening, right? It's a noun there. The hat-son, meaning and the sheep. Et grammar marker, kolo, meaning his voice, and the sheep, his voice, grammar marker. Tishmana, which is they, with the a at the end, shall, the tav at the beginning, here is shema in the middle. So when we break the words down, we fully understand. They shall hear. The guard shall open the door for him, and the sheep shall hear his voice. So kolo is his voice. And of course we've got ptak, which is the verb to open, to unwrap. Petak, which is a masculine noun for entrance or opening. So we can see why they change, like here it's petak, meaning the opening, like the entrance. And shamar is a kal verb, meaning to guard, to keep, to watch. Remembering that kal verb, they are strong verbs and is the basic verbal stem indicating active voice. Just giving you a little bit of details there. And now let's read it. Lo yiftach shomer ha petach v'hatzon et kolo tishmana. And we got part B, we got a Vav, a He, a Vav, an Aleph, a Lamed, a Zadeh, an Aleph, a Nun, a Vav, Bayet, Shin, Mem Sofit, Yod Kuf, Resh Aleph, Vav Yod, Vav, Zadeh, Yod, Aleph, and Mem Sofit. Now let's read it. The who and he, le sono, to his sheep, because the vav at the end is his, and the lamed is normally to, Shem, in name, in a name. And then we got Yikra, shall call, he shall call. V'yotziem, v'yotziem, and bring them out. Of course, the M at the end is them, and yatsi or yatsa means to go out. So and the yotzi gives us like a participle meaning bringing, taking out. Right, and brings them out. Right, now it's the translation is he shall call his sheep by name and brings them out. Again, I've got hotzi, which is a verb to take out, to remove, to eject. And I added there yatsa, which is the kal verb, meaning to exit, to go outside, to leave, to depart, just so you can see the relationship to them. Now let's read that. And we get V'hu le'tzono be'shem yikra v'yotziem. And then we got a dalet, which has a value of 4. And then we have a vav, an aleph, a chet, a resh, a yod, a hey, a vav, a zadeh, a yod, aleph, vav, aleph, tav, zadeh, aleph, nun, vav, yod, ayin, vet, resh, lamed, fe, nun, yod, hey, and nun sofit. And we read it. Va'achare, which is, achare is after, right? And after or afterward. Hotzi-o, his bringing out. And after his bringing out, et sono, meaning grammar marker, his sheep, ya'avur, and shall pass. Well, avur means to cross over, to pass, and he shall pass. Lifnei hen, it's a feminine ending for them. It's a feminine ending rather than the masculine. And of course it means to them or to the face of them. Before them is normally how it's translated. Lifnei is usually before, but literally means to the face of them. After he brings out his sheep, he shall pass ahead of them. And down here I've got avar, which is a kal verb. It means to pass, to go by, to cross. And lifnei, preposition before, in front of, preceding, or former. So you can use it all in those terms. And let us read it. The achare, hotzi-o, et sono, ya'avar, lifnei hen. And part B, we got a vav, a hey, a zadeh, an aleph, a nun sofit, a hey, a lamed, kaf, vav, tav, aleph, chet, resh, yod, vav, kaf, yod, yod, dalet, ayin, vav, aleph, tav, kuf, vav, lamed, vav. Now let's read it. V'hatzon, and the sheep. Holkot, follow. Right, so halak is a kal verb, to go, to walk, to follow, to leave. So it comes from that. It's like a participle, following. The sheep are following, you could say, or and the sheep follow. Acharav. So we got a chare there, which means after, with a vav at the end. So it's a charav. It means after him, the pronouns at the end, a vav. Ki, for, yadu, they know, because yada means to know. Et, grammar marker, kolo, meaning his voice. They know his voice. With the sheep following after him because they know his voice. Right. And we got Vahatzon Holkot Acharev Ki Yadu Et Kolo. And of course we've got a hey, which gives us a value of 5. So we're in verse 5. And we have a vav, an aleph, a chet, a resh, a yod, a zayin, a resh, lamed, aleph, tav, lamed, kaf, nun, hey, kaf, yod, aleph, mem, sofit, tav, vet, resh, chet, nun, hey, mem, pei, nun, yod, vav. And now let's read it. The achare, meaning an after, zar, a stranger. That's the word for stranger. Let's have a look. Zar Shem, meaning a stranger, an outsider, a foreigner. And as an adjective, zar means strange or foreign. So, and after a stranger, lo, not, telakna. So what do we got? They at the end, will at the front, and then we got luck, to luck, right? Luck meaning go, right? Or follow, go or follow. They will go or they will follow. And then we've got ki im again, which again is but, ki im. Tik, tiv, tivrach na, tivrach na. They will flee. So how do we get that? They is the na. The tav at the beginning is shall. So we then need the barak. Right? So barak is a kol verb meaning to flee, to run away. And as you can see under halak from the previous to walk to go, I put the na ending is third person feminine plural, just so we understand the ending of that word na. And then we've got mi panav. So we can see there, from is the mem, his is the vav, panav is face. Pana or panay is face or faces, from his face. After they shall not follow a stranger, but shall flee from his presence. Right, now let's read that. The achare zar lo te lak na ki im tiv rach na mi panav. Right, and part B of 5 is an aleph, a tav, kuf, vav, lamed, hey, zayin, resh, yod, mem savit, lamed, aleph, yod, dalet, ayin, vav. So now let's read it. Et, grammar marker. Kol, meaning the voice. Ha, zarim. Now we knew that zar means stranger, so zarim meaning plural, the strangers. So the voice of strangers, or of the strangers. Lo, not, yada'u, they know. Again, the they is the u at the end. And the English shall flee from his presence because they do not know the voice of strangers. And I put down here, kol is a masculine noun for voice, sound, or noise. So it can be used in those contexts. Right, now let's read it. Et, grammar marker. Kol ha-zarim lo yada'u. Right, now we come to the good part, the revision again. And hopefully we're getting more accustomed to the Hebrew and we can go through it a bit easier. Hopefully we can. It will help a lot if we can. And I hope that it's not too difficult for you to go through it. Sorry about that. All right, let us begin. And firstly, we have the Aleph, which tells us we're in verse 1. And then it is Amen, Amen, which is truly, truly. Ani, I, Omer, say, Lakem, to you, Ish, a man, asher who, or that, lo not, Yavo shall come, derech, meaning the way. Now let's have a look. Truly, truly, I say to you, a man that not shall come the way, ha-sha'ar, meaning the gate, to, right, el, this is el, mikla, to the lockup, hatson of the sheep, ki im, but, or for if, but is probably better, ya'ale, which is literally shall go up or climb up, direct, in a way, of the gate, so the way of the gate, to the lockup, which is the sheepfold, of the sheep, for if shall get into or climb up in a way, and then we've got acher, which is another, ganav, meaning a thief, who, he, faritz, and a robber. So, in a way, another, a thief, he, and a robber. Right. So therefore, there we have it. Truly, truly, I say to you, a man that not shall come the way of the gate, to the lockup, to the sheepfold, of the sheep, for if shall get into, in a way, another, a thief, he, and a robber. And then we have Vet, verse 2, Va asher, and who Yavo shall come direct away, ha-sha'ar of the gate, who he ro'eh, meaning the shepherd, hatson of the sheep. And whom shall come the way of the gate, he is the shepherd of the sheep. And Gimel is 3, lo, to him, Yiftach shall open, Shomer, the one guarding, Ha-petach, the entrance, the opening, the hatzon, and the sheep, et grammar marker, kolo, his voice, tish, ma, na, they will hear. To him shall open the one guarding the opening, the gate, and the sheep, grammar marker, his voice, they shall hear. The who, and he, le sono, to his sheep, ba shem, with a name or in a name, yikra, shall call, the yotzi em, and bring them out. And he to his sheep, in a name he shall call, and bring them out. Right, and now we're up to 4. And we see there, dalet, value of 4. V'achare, and after, hotzio, he's bringing them out, et son, the sheep, ya'avor, shall pass, lifnei hen, to their face or before them. And after he's bringing out his sheep with a grammar marker, he shall pass before them. The hatzon and the sheep, whole cot, follow. Acharav, after him, ki for yadu, they know, et, grammar marker, kolo, his voice. And the sheep follow after him, for they know his voice. Hey, which is value of 5, so it's verse 5. V'achare, and after zar, a foreigner, stranger, lo, not, te lakna, shall go or follow, they shall follow, or they shall go with. Ki im, but tivrachna, they shall flee, mi panav, from his face. And after a stranger, not they will follow, but they shall flee from his face. Et, grammar marker, kol, meaning voice, the voice. Ha zarim, meaning of strangers. Lo, not, yada'u, they do know. Grammar marker, the voice of strangers, not they know. Right, and again, of course, we like to always show the vowel markings just for those who are not 100% sure what they're called, so try to remember it. This is called, when it's above the vav like that, it's a cholam. When it's 2 vertical dots, it's a shava. When it's a triangle of dots, it's segol. This is a serei, this is a petach, and this is a kamatz. Right, we'll leave it there. And of course, you've got your final slide, which is just about remembering the numbers. And of course, we went 1, Aleph, Veit 2, Gimel 3, Dalet 4, Hey 5. Right, and these are our resources, which I hope you're using, because it will help you a lot if you practice with the resources. And the Do It in Hebrew Dictionary. And we'd like to thank you for joining us for this first lesson in Yehuchanan chapter 10. And we hope you are blessed through going through these. Thank you for joining us.